If you've been following this post, you will recall that a few days ago I spoke about an incident where I was parked on the side of a road about 30 feet or so from somebody's home, but not in front of anybody's home. And I'd been there for over an hour, a couple of hours, having meetings, as you do now because you cannot meet in person. And initially somebody came out and took a picture of me in the car. And then secondly, this woman came out and took a picture of my front license plate and me and started yelling at me, "You're taking pictures of my child, he's underage. I'm gonna call. And I got out and I asked, "What are you talking about?" And she ran back into her home. And I was shocked. What you didn't hear was the rest of the story. So about 45 minutes later, I'm still there because I'm still doing work. And she comes out. And she comes to my car. And she said, "I've come here to apologize." And I said, "Yes." And she said, "I just want you to know that this wasn't a racist thing." And she said, "I know it may have looked like that, but you have been sitting there for over 2.5 hours. And when I brought my child out, you had your camera out. And so I thought that you were taking pictures of my child." Number one, why would she think that I would be taking pictures of her child who wasn't there for the whole time, I guess, and came out? Number two, why is it illegal for me to sit not in front of her house, but in a perfectly appropriate spot and be there for as long as I want to? And thirdly, why did she come in to say this is not a racist thing? She went on to tell me that, you know what, I may look white, but I'm not. I'm from South America. And she said, and so I have black friends. And she started to name her one or two black friends. So let me just hold you there. If you are that one or two black friends in relationships, I'm sure many of you have had this kind of conversation from your friend, because I guess she called her black friend and had a conversation with her black friend, and her black friend told her that what is her problem because I'm just sitting there. Maybe I was sitting there because my car broke down. Maybe I'm waiting for a ride. Maybe I'm unwell. And so she came out to me to apologize because of that. She said, the other thing is that my neighbor's house was broken into. And so I just wanted to know why you were there for so long. So number one, she thinks I'm going to do something illegal to her child. Number two, she thinks that I can break into her home. And number three, she said, but my husband smokes weed a lot. So maybe you were here because of that. So where did she come up with any of these things? So what image does she have of black people? What stereotypes does she have of black people? That all black people are A, going to do unworldly things to young kids, B, are going to break into her home, or C, smoke weed? And so she said, I'm not a racist. I just wanted to tell you, and I wanted to apologize. And I said to her, thank you for your apology. And those are my only words. No, I asked her, why did you think I was going to do any of those things? And she goes, oh, well, I didn't really, but, you were just sitting there for so long and, I was just worried. So why is it not okay for a black woman to sit there? Yet when she speaks to her black friend said, you need to go and recognize this person is just sitting there. Privilege. Karens. Amy's. They do exist, and they exist here in Canada.